So I've been in a rut recently, both creatively and motivation-wise. I can't come up with ideas, my mind feels foggy, and I feel tired and demotivated to work on things that matter to me, like music production and video production. So this video is going to be where I make a change. Not only will I be attempting to produce a song idea every single day, but I'm also going to tackle some of the root causes for this demotivation or lack of creativity, and tackle some topics that I don't think are often talked about in the music production space. So let's begin, shall we? Okay, so it's day one, and I just want to get a little bit into the why before we get into the how. So, for the past couple weeks, I've been completely demotivated, unproductive, and uncreative. And this went for all aspects of my life. I built up a great framework for myself, doing good habits, staying productive, staying off my phone, working hard on my goals, and being creative. But all these things slowly started to fade after just one day of scrolling on some short form content. One day can't be too bad, right? And then next day, just 2 days, no problem there, right? And then just one more day after that, it's pretty comfortable. It's kind of fun, right? Come on, it's not that harmful. I'll just keep doing this, just a couple hours a day. Yeah, and then a couple weeks after that, here I was. Not only addicted to my phone, but falling off of all my good habits that I built up. Not being creative or in the right mindset to even start producing in the first place. Procrastinating on all these important tasks I knew I had to do. So, in pursuit of this mental clarity and clearing of the mind, or whatever you want to call it, I'm going to be going on a 7-day protocol, what you call a dopamine detox, and that's just some fancy words for eliminating distractions, stopping the scrolling, and trying to clear my mind in general. And along this journey, I'm going to be producing a song every day, because who knows, this could all be pointless in the end, right? Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not, but let's get producing anyways. So I started this song by grabbing a bunch of random samples and noises that I have in my folders and my recently used, and just putting effects on them, resampling, and just seeing what I can come up with. I had no goal, no objective when making this song here, so I just kind of let it take me wherever it went. It's very different, very unique. I thought it was weird, but then I came back to it kind of cool. You let me know what you think. Alright, take a listen. So yesterday's idea was very unique, very different, not what I expected to make, but hey, I'm happy I made something that's decent. But when it comes to music producing and sitting at the dawn creating ideas, I feel like having a clear mind is something that's very underrated and not talked about enough. This is a creative thing, this is an art form, and because it's our mind, it's going to be unique to us. But I think to tap into that, we can't be too influenced by outside sources. Now, of course, having influences and inspirations is great. And obviously, especially in the learning times of being a music producer, you should definitely learn from other better creators and better producers. But at the same time, and I say this out of my own experience, when you're listening to music all day, like I used to do, or watching videos and intaking things that fog up your mind, whether that's music or not, it's going to influence you and it's going to take away that you part of it. But it's important to realize that it all goes into each other. If you're not mindful of one thing, it's going to seep into your music production, which is going to seep into your productivity, which is going to make you worse at music productive. It's just a whole thing there. At least that's what I've noticed, and we'll see if that's the case. I'm already feeling much better, but you never know. So with that in mind, I'm going to keep doing this and get to the rest of my day. So I'm going to go work out. I have a birthday party later. Let's see what I come up with later today. Okay, this one is something else. If y'all heard of Mr. Bill, I took some of his advice by making a huge effects chain and then putting the sounds on it afterward. And then by changing the source sound, you can just make a bunch of different sounds afterward. So what I did is I put an effects chain on a really low octave saw wave. And then I put other sounds on that same effects chain, and it ended up yielding very crazy results. And I just put it together into some little idea here. Definitely needs a lot of work, but take a listen. Okay, so it's day 3, And I say that because I went 2 days without really doing this challenge. Now, that's just because life got in the way, been busy, I have a job as well. So, it's hard to balance every single thing in my life. I'm only a 17-year-old dude. It is what it is. But today we're back on it. Day 3 of participating in the challenge. And we're definitely going to be producing today. So excited to see whatever I come up with, if anything at all. But you might be wondering, after I'm talking about all this philosophical stuff about clearing your mind or whatever, what does that entail? What's the point of saying all this? It's really difficult to grow discipline, because discipline by nature is doing things you don't want to do. But it's so important because motivation comes and goes. You can have motivation one moment, be doing incredible, and then the next day you feel like crap. So we need to build discipline to be able to do what we have to do even when we don't feel like it. Now, this is hard to grow, like I mentioned, but it starts with small habits every single day. Whether that's taking a cold shower at the end of every day or in the morning, whether that's meditating every day for 5 to 10 minutes, maybe going to the gym, making that a habit. So that's what I'm going to be doing, instilling back these habits to replace the time I have on scrolling on my phone or anything of that nature. And of course, at the same time, producing every single day. The consistency, making sure I'm sitting down every day, similar time, getting it done. Once I have my mind focused on this goal, on these things I have to do every day, it eliminates the time and the excess of not knowing what to do, which normally leads to starting to scroll. So a little pro tip over here, I actually have my entire to-do list just on my phone. Whoa, getting that reflection over there. Somebody's gonna dox me for sure. But yeah, enough talk. Let's get producing. Man, why can't they just have a consistent style? I made this song here and it's like completely opposite from what I made last time. I started off playing with the piano. It actually started at about 112 beats per minute. Sounded kind of cool, but I didn't want to make something slow, something like R&B or whatever you want to call it, lo-fi. So I decided, let's crank it up to like 160 BPM, and I put some aim breaks or just fast hi-hats over it, and then that's where the idea sparked. And once that emotion's there, you get that vibe, if you will, you just have to capture it in that moment of time and just really execute on it before that idea leaves. So I had to just move quick, and I made the song in about 2 hours and 30 minutes, I believe. Experimenting with a lot of ideas, but I think I got that emotion pretty well here. Definitely needs a lot of work, and it's not a full layout, but you can take a listen now. Man, it is day 4, and I'm feeling absolutely incredible right now. But man, yesterday was a pretty good song, I think. Just good vibes all around. I've been listening to it today, and it's unfortunate I couldn't finish it, so it's not a full layout, a full idea fleshed out. And of course, there's so much to work on it, but it's just a good vibe. I don't know. It kept me upbeat. Maybe I'm just tooting my own horn over here, but so yeah, let's see what we come up with later today. I have a lot of work to do today, but honestly, I'm just enjoying every second of it, the painful parts and the fun parts. All right, let's get it. This song is a good example of why you need to just keep at it, because I was working on this song for a while and I really thought this would be a flop, that it would not come up with anything, but then I came up with some chords and I let the inspiration just take me through. I had some sounds I had, and even though I really thought there was nothing else going to come out of it, I ended up making this, and I think it genuinely is probably the best song I've made so far. So hey, let me know what you think. But here it is. How you do anything is how you do everything. The reason I'm going into all these things that don't seem connected to music production at all is because they're important to the process entirely. There's a reason I was in a rut already, because I fell back in these habits, and then it just goes downhill and downhill. But now that I completely got rid of that, I am back to being at my peak performance. I've been focused, I've been productive, I've been able to produce the songs, do a bunch of other things that I do. I'm surprised I'm even getting this stuff done at this point. That's enough rambling, man. I've given you enough information in this video. Now it's time to go apply it. Let's get producing. And so implement that I did, and coming up with an idea I didn't. There's got to be some lesson here. I mean, I did all the things, I sat on my computer, told myself I'd make an idea today, but I ended up not making anything. Maybe it's because I was listening to my own songs throughout the day. Maybe my mind was still foggy. Maybe there's still a lot to work on, but it goes to show it won't be easy. There's no guarantee you're gonna make a good idea today. No guarantee that you're gonna feel your best every single day. What we can do, and this is what I've been trying to do, is optimize. Making the best out of what we have. Making sure that out of this imperfection, how do we squeeze the most focus, the most control out of our lives? And then, of course, apply that into being a good, productive music producer. But life goes on. Today, hopefully I'll make something, maybe I won't. But what I can do is look back and be like, man, I made music, I felt productive, although not perfect, although I made some mistakes, although I missed some days, maybe I scrolled a little bit. I'm still improving from where I was before. I got out of that rut and I made some ideas and feel great about that. So, let's go on to the rest of the day, see if we make something new. Okay, so today I don't have a full layout, no intro or anything. I kind of ran out of time and I wasn't feeling super inspired, but I made a really cool idea out of a really small sound I found on Splice. It's supposed to be some siren or a little beep bop, whatever you want to call it. And I'm pretty happy with what I made out of it. Volume warning, because it's going to come out of nowhere. There's no intro. Okay, not bad. Now it's the last day and it's all coming to an end. Hopefully today I come up with something and it's not a huge flop. Man, if you couldn't tell, I'm not perfect. This challenge, I'm telling you all these things to do, but in reality, you'll never perfectly achieve everything. There's gonna be so many failures, so many times where you fall back, but what matters is keeping your head straight and always trying to come out to the end. I spent 2 days not even doing this challenge. In those 2 days, I fell back in those habits. Then I got back into it. During the days, I caught myself scrolling on my phone again. Some ideas flopped, some of these ideas I wasn't even that happy with, but it's not about perfection. It's about the constant improving every day. It's about putting the consistent action, adapting according to all the things that fail, and making sure these actions align to your goals and passions. There's millions of people trying to make it on Spotify. Only a select few are gonna make it, so you have to stand out. There's someone that's grinding every single day, not touching a video game, not on his phone, making music, promoting his music, making videos, content. What makes you think you'll make it when there's people like that? That's your competition, and that's something I'm needing to realize myself. I'm not putting too much effort into marketing my music. That's just the stuff that really I feel friction to do. I love making videos like this, but in reality, long form videos like this aren't always the best way to promote. And hey, maybe I'll prove myself wrong by making good videos, and that's the goal, right? But yeah, it's the final day and I'm excited to see what happens. Let's get it. This is it, the last song of the challenge. I put in the effort and made another idea. I hope I'm getting my point across here. There's no magic fix to a lack of creativity. I just wanted to talk about what helped me get out of this creative rut, or writer's block, if you will. But what's the conclusion then? All these songs were so different. How do I know if I improved or became more creative this week? Was all that effort even worth it? Between work, fitness, recording, editing, producing, and life in general, I think I was more comfortable before. Life was easier. I mean, the challenge is over. Anyways, you can take a listen now.